because there was always a need to render whatever was left from either the beef or the pig or both. And they would grind this meat up, season it like sausage of sorts, only it would be with apples and pineapples and cinnamon and
You just described my mom's stuffing, which was so disgusting.
Well, so is mince meat pie. For those of you who've never had it,
anybody got pet
nasty.
peeves on this nasty stuff?
I got the recipe. I know what goes in it. I have the recipe.
That's just.
So when are we going to have it at your apartment for a
We're
party?
never going to have it at my apartment.
We could have a little mince making party. Beep, beep, beep,
No,
beep.
I've got one better than that. I won't subject you to the mincemeat pie, but I might use my grandmother's recipe for homemade donuts.
Ooh, I like donuts.
And those were delicious.
My butt cheeks like donuts.
Yeah, mine
I
do
need
too.
2 so it can fill each one.
That's right.
I don't even. Is that extra padding back there? Beep.
That's right. Need to be backing that stuff up. What up?
Oh boy. So this is always a good pet peeve right here. But when your burger or sandwich that you get falls apart, like the moment you're like picking it up to eat and it just goes falls right out of your hand and your plate, and you're like, man, this sucks.
So you're having a hamburger salad instead of a sandwich.
All the stuffing is actually right there in your hand. Have you seen some of these sandwiches, folks? They're like this.
And you're supposed to be able to pick these suckers up and eat them. I
I
know people with a big mouth. A lot of people with big mouths. But
they still can't get it.
They still can't do.
But I mean, it's kind of a pet peeve and it's not. If it tastes really good and I'm expecting to be messy, then I'm okay. It's a mental thing. I have to mentally prepare myself for messy food. So I'm not weird. You are.
So do you need a bib when you eat it and go, oh, this is going to be good, and be like, nom, nom, nom?
Wasn't that Saturday Night Live?
It's going to say I piddled on myself,
and
but with
take
food.
You outside and hose you down.
That's wonderful. I love it. I love it. And that was brought to us by Patty from California. So thank you, Patty.
Thank you, Patty.
That was great. I love it. So,
you got a good one, don't you?
Oh, I do.
Or is it?
No.
They're all good. They're all good.
Oh, they are.
Some are just better than others.
Some of these I'm just going to kind of go over because they either fall into the same things that we kind of just talked about or whatnot, but these are just hilarious. But what about bugs? We always talk about the fly in the soup. What about bugs or flies in your soup that come to you? Or even if you get your food and the bug just flies on it and you're just like, oh no.
Maggots.
What?
That's what I think of.
That's a far cry from
that's
bugs
what I think
flying
of.
in your
No,
soup.
that's what I think of. That when a fly lands on, I'm just thinking maggots. That they're vomiting.
Well, they do. Yeah, a fly vomits
maggots.
on your food.
And that's how it eats.
And nothing is nastier, too, when you're sitting there and you're just chomping down on your food and all of a sudden
sits on it.
Or the cockroach just happens to be in your food.
Well,
which is why I did not eat.
Where are you going to eat
I'm
at?
not going to say. I won't say, but there is a restaurant. It has taken several years, and that's not an exaggeration. I could not eat there and at any chain. Even when I went out of state. But because I had that experience with the potato skins and lifting up one and finding a dead cockroach under there.
Well, in certain countries, those insects could be used as protein. So maybe it was an added
we're not
bonus.
there. We're not. We don't live there. We don't live there.
Just clarifying, people.
Now, what's our next pet peeve?
Oh, you didn't like that one? Come on. So here's a debatable one. It's not really a pet peeve per se, but I want to get your opinion on this because everyone's two-sided on this. Cold pizza, yes or no?
Yes.
No.
I say no as well. Why do you say yes?
Because my mama too poor to be heating it up. And it doesn't heat up very well in the microwave. And my mom was not going to turn on the oven.
To reheat, yes.
I don't think there were toaster ovens in the 80s.
I don't remember. I don't
I
think
hate
there
to
were.
tell you this, but toster ovens have been around for a very long
Okay,
time.
then we were too poor, thank you for the reminder, of having a toaster oven.
We didn't have one.
KT.
Yeah, her toaster oven was like campfire. Come on.
Oh, that's right. So, yeah, All right.
And that has what
The
to do with pet
reason
peeves?
why I can eat cold pizza too is
ahead.
because my mother was going back to school during the time, and she was becoming a nurse, so she was very, very busy. So I ate a lot of SpaghettiOs, macaroni and cheese, whatever I could make myself, so to speak. And my stepdad by no means was no help. He was worse. He would eat SpaghettiOs out of the can. No, exactly. So cold pizza was kind of a step up from that.
No, I never liked cold pizza, but I do agree with you. The microwave does no justice. It has to be heated up, and I've had microwave pizza. It's fine. I'll eat it. Doesn't matter.
Let me tell you how this works. I can fix this pet peeve for you.
Oh goodness! Here it goes.
Joe, it's story time! Yay!
Back in the day, children, shut the hell up.
You'll eat what's on your plate and be glad you got it.
Which is
Damn
why
right.
I ate cold pizza.
No, you can put pizza in a frying pan on the stove, and it will heat it up nice. And you put a little lid on it or a plate over it.
I did not know
and
that.
it
But
just-
she's gonna say I was too poor to have a stove.
I wasn't allowed to play with fire. That's really not a joke. I was not allowed. My mom did not trust me. I don't know why.
I've known you for a while now, and I can sort of see why that might be.
Me too.
Y'all don't know nothing.
This is
What else you got, Joe?
so. I think we're kind of done off the food right now, but we had put
Thanks
out.
for the grub, Joe.
Yeah, I'll DoorDash it to you later. No, I'm joking. Anyway, long story short, we put this out here and we asked and we got some responses, which was good. And we found a few of our own that we found on here. But drinks, and we talk about, they could be anything, but we really wanted to hit hard with drinks, like the alcoholic beverage community. So we had bartenders come to us with their pet peeves, and we found a few that are actually on here too. So this one's from Michelle from Michigan, but assuming that you're incompetent to make a drink because you're too young to work at a bar, it looks like, but you're really not. See,
I understand that.
why have you gone to bars and you're like, no?
Well, I mean, it's actually really annoying when people look at you, oh, you're too young. You're just a young little whippersnapper. You don't know anything. Bitch, please.
I could just imagine, too, someone coming up to the bar looking at a young person saying, oh, you don't know how to make a rum and Coke. It's past your date of expiration. No, I can do this. Rum,
You want some X-Lax?
Coke.
You want some X-Lax, old-timer? Because that's what you're about to get.
Katie? Anything? Your face is classic and is going on the camera, so...
Well, I'm just listening to this, and coming from someone who was actually working as a cocktail waitress at 20, sometimes I can kind of understand what you're saying, but in the same respect, you can get a very nice server and have a really inept bartender, and it's not her fault. Not your server's fault. It's the bartender's fault. The ones that piss me off are the ones that you have to order 40 minutes in advance in order to get the damn drink. So by the time you get to the bottom of that drink, you got to wait another 35 minutes just for the waitress to come by the table.
Well, that's true, but here's another one. This is one that we found that I like, is when you call them over to order for another drink, but you're not ready to order because you don't know what you want to drink yet. So those people that are making you wait like an extra amount of time at your table when you're ready to drink, they've already been called over to another table where someone's looking over them saying, well, I don't know what I want just yet.
Then why'd you call me?
That's a
Now,
pet
see,
peeve.
a good waitress will say, what are your favorite flavors? What do you like to drink? Do you like sweet? Do you like sour?
Taking a note?
Do you like soda? Think about it. It's all part of customer service, which is another pet peeve of mine.
It is.
There isn't any.
There isn't.
Mm-hmm.
And then you want me to tip you.
I'll tip you all right. Bing, bing.
Beep, beep. No, I'm sorry. I just really...
No, I'll give you a tip. Never play leapfrog with a unicorn. Or the headlamp at the end of the tunnel is usually the headlamp of an oncoming train.
I'm so sorry you had those experiences, Joe.
Me too.
Smith and Wesson always beats 4 aces. Come on.
Wow.
Have
Joe?
you never heard of Murphy's Law?
Have you ever heard of Callahan's Law?
Do you
Never
know?
heard of that.
I haven't met Murphy,
Murphy
so
was an
no.
optimist.
There you go.
I didn't meet Murphy.
Well, I have a poster. I have to find it, but one of my friends got for me for Christmas, and it's Murphy's Law, and it has all those sayings.
That's
it's
awesome.
Great. I love it.
Well,
What else?
getting back to the pet peeve at hand.
Go ahead.
I have to admit that when I was younger and paying my way through college as a bartender, I didn't know how to make a margarita. And I made some pretty nasty ones.
Like fresh margaritas?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I didn't even know what went in one.
Okay.
And I had 2 or 3 customers come up and go, "What is this?"
What did you put in it?
I don't remember, to be honest with you, but I'm sure it wasn't the correct ingredients.
I'm sure she probably put the right ingredient of tequila, because that's probably the basis of everything.
Tequila goes in it?
That's
Oh,
what I'm
never
saying.
mind.
She probably didn't even get
I was
that.
gonna say-
I don't think I was very good at that, so I enrolled in the Institute of Bartending. Now I can refresh.
You know
For
what?
life.
I want you to make me a really good fresh margarita. No mix,
I'll
not
have
the
you
pre-mixed
know that
crap,
it became,
with a good tequila.
yeah.
Because
Okay.
I can only handle good tequilas.
That's
I
a pet
can't
peeve
do
No,
of
no,
mine.
that's
No, but I'm saying I can't even handle tequila over, just like you, how it took you for years over the
Yeah,
chains.
no,
Aren't we
tequila
I-
getting
doesn't
a
let me.
little off course here?
yeah. So anyway, we'll talk about that.
Yeah. We're going to have our own group therapy session. Go
Well, I
ahead,
think
continue.
you should.
I got a tequila problem.
Go ahead, continue. You were saying.
Oh, yeah. I don't know. What else you got?
Okay. Anyway, we have another one about complaining about the price of complex drinks, which means you keep adding different alcohols into the thing and the price goes up. So if
More alcohol, more money.
Yeah.
that's
And there's-
simple. But people complain about it because
It's a
they're like,
lost leader for most restaurants.
People, knock it off. You're being a dick.
you do now. Oh, I don't know if you've ever seen or watched Bar Rescue with
Oh,
John
yeah.
Taffa.
Oh,
John
yeah.
Taffa would go in there and he would have that measuring tool and he would say, this is how much your people are over pouring and all this other stuff. So, oh yeah, the bars have to measure how much alcohol they have because if they over pour, they can be in
That's
trouble.
money. That's money.
That's money lost.
money.
Well, it's not even a matter of money lost. It's a matter of paying heavy fines.
Mm-hmm.
If somebody leaves your establishment and they said you were the last place they were at, guess what?
Wow, I just did not actually put those two together as to why the police officer asked those questions, not me.
Would that be Officer John
Smith.
Smith?
Smith. You know who you are.
Oh God. Well, this is from Kate from Missouri, which is fun, but catcalling at bars. The bartenders love those.
No,
Come on,
they do
Kate.
not.
Gimme. Come on. Right here. Come on, sweetheart.
I got you right here, right here. There is nothing worse than having a bartender catcalled at because that shows no respect
For that
for
person.
them or what their profession is. Granted, it may be to get your ass drunk, but in the same respect, they get paid to get your ass drunk, and they're hoping you're going to pay them more because you did.
I do believe there was another little pet peeve on that list about paying more.
Oh yeah. So
Thank you, Katie, on that one.
yeah, this is from Ashley from Indiana. This is telling the manager to give the bartender a raise instead of just tipping them at the end of the night.
Quit being cheap, folks. That ain't right.
There is nothing worse than somebody who's had good service all night long and leaves a nickel on the table because you weren't fast enough on the second round.
No.
Oh,
a
yes.
nickel?
Well, actually, it was only a penny, but I was being generous.
Wow, that's no. I used to tip my bartender very heavily because he would actually make me good drinks and that I would always come back, and every so often he would actually give me a free drink. He's like, here, just take a free drink. And I was like, okay. And at the time Smirnoff had come out with the different flavors and they had a black cherry Smirnoff flavor, and they used to stock it at the bar, and that was flying off the shelves like nothing. I used to love it. It ripped apart my stomach because all the acid. But anyway, long story short, when the black cherry was